Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Anditesh Ordo. Today I'm going to be talking about what Sith we could possibly expect coming into the game. I'm still my new prediction now is that February is going to be Sith related. However, just based on the fact of Palpatine's line at the end of What's Ahead, but unfortunately, we don't know exactly for sure because they could be an Empire faction pass, but they're also going to, rework Palpatine and Vader. Maybe Vader. Hope Vader. Vader works both on Empire and Sith, so yeah, let's hope that that's the case. So, going into this, though, I would like to suggest a few thoughts, ideas, and maybe predictions of what Sith could be added in. First of all, I do want to talk about the Sith Trooper. The Sith Trooper we do have in the game is from Star Wars The Old Republic, if everyone doesn't know that. Not Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars The Old Republic MMO game, and the Sith Troopers you see on screen now are the ones from KOTOR 1 and 2. Mostly from KOTOR 1. And we got like a Sith Captain, some sort of Sith leader, so I feel like all the Sith leaders should be the named Sith characters. All the Sith Captain maybe has a unique for these Sith Troopers or something. Boost Sith kind of like an R2/Imperial Trooper setup. Maybe Sith Empire Troopers. I don't know. Anyways, going into it though, Sith Trooper Captain would be great to add in. I like to see this kind of armor added to the game, like a trooper of armor, unless they eventually do cosmetics, which would change, allow us to see Sith Trooper as the silver form in this picture or the form that we have in the game. So that was just a light tidbit of what I wanted to talk about on that. So going forward, we had it confirmed that Revan is not going to be coming to the game in February. So there was a huge prediction leak or something that came out, and everyone predicted Revan. Unfortunately, we're not getting him. I would love that, but we're not getting him. But 3 Sith, I feel like we could possibly get in that spot. First one is Darth Malgus from Star Wars The Old Republic. He is the Sith that helped take down the Jedi Temple, as you see in the cinematic trailer. His fighting style is kind of like Vader's and Darth Bane's, where it's Dejim So, where they block/parry, and then you go straight into a counterattack. So here is where, Malgus would be shining in that aspect. So he could be a counter chance leader. He would be a counter chance character on his own. So we could see some counter chance for Sith, hopefully. I feel like Sith would best benefit with a counter chance team. So we'll see how that works out. Malgus I could see be just a heavy, healthy attacker or a tank, or kind of built similar to Commander Luke, where not exactly like it, but he has an ability that gives him an offense form and a defense form. So we'll see if that's the case or not. So that's Darth Malgus. Darth Sion, I feel like he would be the best tank added to the game. I feel like he could be kind of similar to a Kenobi counterpart, a Kenobi and Scarif Pathfinder counterpart, where he has a chance of dying and reviving, and maybe, he revives similar to how Pathfinder, but for Sith. Maybe has a buffs, or if it dies with debuffs, he comes back alive, maybe? I don't know. There could be some work with that, because Darth Sion, if you've played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, or KOTOR 2, the Sith Lords, he is one of the Sith that you strike down, he gets back up and starts fighting. He uses the anger and hate of the Force to put himself back together to keep fighting. So we'll see if that actually, is the case, where he can have a self-reviving, Sith tank. I feel like he would be the best Sith tank. He takes the damage, he keeps coming back. Takes the damage, keeps coming back. So we'll see. I do feel like we do need a Darth, or a really, really good dark side tank. I think the best dark side tank right now is Shore Trooper, Stormtrooper, Royal Guard. Night Sister Zombie is one. Night Sister Zombie is best as a weak, keep it as a weak character. a weak geared character, so it doesn't have a lot of health and it dies quickly. So Shore Trooper, Night Sister, Zombie are like the two best tanks for dark side, while light side has like, well, I guess the new Kylo Ren Unmasked is a decent one, but like we got Baze, he counters, he dispels. We got General Kenobi, he cleanses, heals, adds crit immunity up, adds retribution, calls a huge assist. We got Stormtrooper Han that speeds up teams. We've got, dang, I'm going blank on light side character, but you can see we got light side tends to get the best of the best. Like, yes, dark side gets the more unique effects, where light side gets all the heavy hitters and the best tanks and the best healers and cleansers. So I don't know. I feel like Sion would be great to only cleanse Sith and only, you know, maybe give Sith kind of like Rex, give Sith tenacity up for a couple of turns. That's where I'm hoping. Darth Bane, the last one, another character. I feel like this one might be the one we're actually going to get. Because he is in Clone Wars. He is also in, you know, he's in Legends, of course. He would fit a good role as a legendary event character. So you need Sith to unlock. I have Sith to unlock him for sure. I have 5-star or 7-star Sith. I have 6 7-star Sith. So I would push to unlock him for sure. So that's what I'm hoping is we get, you know, Sion, or I mean Bane is probably the big one. I think if I'm not sure, I haven't paid attention to the forums, at least in the general discussions, which Sith people would like. Like, number one is Darth Revan. Number one has always been like Darth Revan. I feel like Darth Bane would be a number 2. I feel just because of how unique of a character is. He's in 3 great books. He's the one that started the Rule of 2. So, yeah, and he could have a unique called Rule of 2. And he could be another character that would be very optional for a counter chance Sith team. Adding counter chance, counter damage, crit chance, crit damage, or counter chance, counter damage, speed, you know, and, you know, that's good than some sort of unique effect that Sith get. So let's hope that is what we get. Now, these last 4, I'm going to kind of briefly go over them, are just classes. Or, sorry, these last 3. These last 3 are just classes that we actually could see as just, you know, fill-ins. Like characters with just 3 abilities. A basic, a special, and a unique. Or a basic and 2 specials. Something of that nature. The first one is Sith Inquisitor. Or, I'm sorry, not Sith Inquisitor. Sith Sorcerer. It's a class... in Star Wars, The Old Republic, MMO game, we got Sith Assassin from. Well, even though KOTOR 2 also had Sith Assassin. But the look of Sith Assassin feels more from KOTOR 2, or Star Wars The Old Republic. And that was a branch off of Sith Inquisitor, an advanced class. The class was Sith Inquisitor, but the advanced classes were Sith Sorcerer and Sith Assassin. Sith Sorcerer could be a really good healing, cleansing Sith for the Sith, but also having a special, like this unique would be, they would probably have a basic attack with a lightsaber. It would have a shock-like effect, kind of like Dooku's, but just, you know, a single target, and has a chance of throwing shock on. And then it has a cleanse healing effect for Sith only. That's what we need. That's what Sith really need. And I feel like not just any sort of unique healing effect. I feel like a health equalization, kind of like Barriss Offee's. Barriss, Chirrut's, and Hermit Yoda. So we need a good healing equalization. Plus, that would actually work really well under a Darth Nihilus-led team. Because Darth Nihilus-led teams is one I would love to see pop up more. Because it's so unique and so different. You lose protection, but you gain tons of health. And then, yeah. The second one would be Sith Juggernaut, another viable Sith tank. Yes, we could get Sion if he's a tank, or maybe Bane, he's a tank. The 3 named characters I have mentioned are very optional tanks. But Sith Juggernaut would be a very great, you know, basic, special, unique tank. You know, all the abilities he has. Basic, special, unique, and then he's a good tank. So I hope this is the character we get. One of the, you know, basic characters we get. Just to support. And I feel like what would be interesting about this one would be in his kit, he has a offense defense mode. If he's taunting, he has like say plus 70% defense or plus 100 or 70% defense, you know, crit avoidance, and maybe health steal, like an actual bonus, you know, 50% health steal. And then on his offense, he gets offense up, crit chance, and crit damage up. Something of that nature. So that is the Juggernaut. And then the Sith Warrior, which is another class from Star Wars The Old Republic, and its advanced classes were the Sith Juggernaut and now the Sith Marauder. He would just be a heavy-hitting tank, and he could call... And I feel like this would be the one that would have... he could call Sith to attack. And if that Sith had buffs on it, he calls an additional Sith to attack. Something that simple and easy. Two lightsaber wielding Sith character added to the game. And that is the last of the characters I'm gonna predict and hope for to see added to the game for this side of the Sith. I have done videos on the Empire just in case the message is linked to Palpatine on a Palpatine rework and we get Empire characters, which would make sense because we need more Empire characters and Imperial Trooper characters for Dark Side territory battles. But it never hurts to have February just be a Sith, a Sith month, a month of the Sith, where they kind of tweak the Sith, add more Sith, and go. Because there's a lot of Sith characters out there. And like if they added, like say Darth Bane and then the 3 classes that I have, and then next year they add Sion and Malgus, just as a 2 of next year, hey, I'd be game with that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think it'll be Empire, or do you think it'll be Sith coming to the game in February as a faction pass, or even characters? Obviously, we feel like everyone's for sure Palpatine is going to get a rework, but like outside of Palpatine, what faction do you think is going to get supported more, Sith or Empire? Please leave it in the comments below. I do appreciate you guys watching these videos, and again, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.